Salute, y'all. Say, man, they call this Juneteenth, huh? Well, happy Juneteenth to y'all, Um, real quick, I just got off the court, so, you gotta excuse me. Just put the hat on, just to, but, real talk. Bud Crawford, Canelo Alvarez. Great fight coming up September. I think that, it's another 50-50 fight. I think because of the size, the experience, the power at that weight for Canelo, I would think Canelo will be favored in this fight. But in my eyes, it's still a 50-50 fight. And Terrence Crawford is a very intelligent fighter, just like Canelo is a very intelligent fighter. But one thing Terrence Crawford has mastered the art of doing is downloading you and catching on to your weaknesses and your feints. And after a while, because he has long arms already and big hands, and he can hit with both hands, he got power in both hands. This nigga can break people down. I've never seen anybody besides Mayweather. I've never seen anybody break the will of Canelo, except for that. When Canelo was the young Canelo, when he fought Mayweather, he just learned there was levels to it at that time. So Canelo's definitely at that level now. I think he took some notes from that Mayweather fight, and he developed that, that little Philly shell, that shoulder roll. He still uses his speed, his power, and his intellect. Crawford does the same thing. Crawford is also a brawler. And the question is, what if Canelo can't really hurt Bud to where Bud's going to be on retreat? What if Bud is still right there and then he's starting to crack Canelo just like Canelo was cracking him? I don't know, dog. I've seen Terrence Crawford break the will of the men he's been in the ring with countless times. Guys where, when he first started becoming a welterweight, boy, some of them fights I was a little concerned. I was like, ooh, I don't know. Terrence might be a little too little. Nope. Nigga went through Mean Machine, Jose Benavidez, went through Horn, who beat Pacquiao. He beat everybody else in front of him. He beat Kell Brook, Amir Khan. What's that other dude name? He was a power puncher. White. He kind of looked like a white boy, but I think his last name was like Martinez or some shit. Beat Sean Porter. Stopped Sean Porter, the only fighter to ever do that. And then he destroyed Errol the Truth Spence Jr. People still started making excuses about it. Now, you could argue about the Madrimov fight because that was a whole lot closer than any fight we saw him in a long time. So, we could definitely make an argument about that. Like, damn. People could say, oh, he can't be ready for Canelo because look how his performance against Madrimov. Well, did you see Canelo's performance against the dude's skull? Come on, dog. So, it could all be a show. They both, Canelo and Terrence, probably could have just took their foot off the gas a little bit just to build this fight so both can be confident in that they can beat each other. And I'm just saying, if Canelo can't really break Bud's rhythm, because Bud also fights in angles. As great as a guy as Canelo is at cutting off the ring and being able to be accurate with his shots, whether it's body shots or head shots, Bud Crawford is also very, very intelligent at taking you out of position real quick and then cracking you while you out of position. And then he can get right back in defensive mode and crack you again. Like he can play offense, defense, he can brawl with you, wrestle with you, whatever. Bud has all that experience, so it's a lot closer than a lot of people think. And I'm not saying just because Bud is bigger now, and you can see when they went to face off, I was like, oh, yeah, Bud is bigger than Canelo right now. But that's not me giving. That doesn't mean that it favors Terrence too, because he looks a little bigger than Canelo. Because Canelo's banged it. Excuse me. Pause. He's fought the best of them. You know, he's gotten a lot of scraps and chunkums with a lot of big time fighters. You know, but Bud beat some of the fighters that Canelo beat. He beat American. Um, who else did Canelo fight that Bud beat? There's somebody else. But you know, may the best man win. You know, I'm a big. I'm not with the fanboyism stuff that they be doing. Especially with, there's a lot of fanboys under the Canelo camp. A lot of them ain't even intelligent. They just kind of they just pro Canelo. Like, come on, call a spade at sometimes. You know. And he wasn't always clean. You know, I almost felt like after that Mayweather loss, that's probably when he started juicing, allegedly. That nigga was like, oh no, I cannot lose no more. It's hurt. That boy's spirit was hurt, boy. That boy's soul was hurt. So, salute to Canelo and his career. First ballot Hall of Famer. Probably might be on the Mount Rushmore, whether he wins or loses this fight against Bud. Just like I feel like Bud, I don't know. They might, they're going to show tough love to the black fighter. But I was going to say Terrence Crawford could be on the Mount Rushmore, whether he wins or loses as well. But I've seen Bud slow down a lot of careers. Everybody that lost to Bud Crawford, it was never the same after that. Everybody that lost to Bud Crawford, a lot of these dudes was real avoided fighters. Like, these guys are really avoiding these fighters to where Bud had to fight these dudes because Errol Spence, Danny Garcia, Porter, and Thurman wasn't fighting these dudes. They was more like fighting each other and then a few miscellaneous fighters that they knew they could beat. But they wasn't fighting them undefeated fighters who was hungry and who was a number one contender. They weren't even really fighting any number one contenders like that. Trying to holding them belts hostage. All that PBC games they was doing, it's been catching up to them now, It's karma. I don't wish nothing bad on them, but it's been karma. PBC has been getting their karma for sure. Because they overused the black image with PBC, They try to make it on some black power stuff where it should just be, black solidarity, unity, and just good business. And when you start doing bad business, you making the culture look bad. You making black look bad. We ain't even black, brown, but you know how they stereotype us and profile us and identify us. Just saying, bro. PBC, y'all been y'all had a lot of great fighters, but y'all have not done really great by them business wise. Because y'all been coddling them, trying to cover them and protect y'all's brand with them, and they're not really fighting nobody like that. So, if I had to make a prediction, for the Canelo Terrence Crawford fight, lights that trick got on. I'm downloading it. Who wins, Canelo or Crawford? It's gonna be a tie. I'm just playing. I'm gonna favor Bud Crawford, dog. I just think the skills will pay the bills for him. Canelo has all the skills, just as much as him, if not more. But Crawford has shown that he knows how to adapt to any fighter. He makes adjustments. Neither one of them have been knocked down or knocked out. Canelo has lost some fights. He probably should have a couple more losses on his fight. Some people thought he lost maybe one or both to Golovkin. I thought he lost to Laura when they fought. I thought Laura easily outboxed him. And then people were like, oh, he's ready. So whatever, dog. That nigga was hitting and not getting hit. He was hitting Canelo and getting out the way when then Canelo tried to throw his power punches. So, I mean, come on, dog. If Canelo do it, y'all wouldn't say nothing. He was doing that against Golovkin, pretty much. Trying to hit and not get hit. He wasn't banging it out with Golovkin. So, don't make excuses for your fighter, but not say the same thing for the other fighter. That's all I'm saying. So I'm a favorite Bud Crawford. I don't know if it's going to be a knockout, but I think Bud can definitely outbox him, outthink him, even outbrawl him at times. Because once he get in the rhythm, it's hard to take him out of that rhythm. He's going to go for the gusto. Like you're going to have to put my lights out then. But usually he come over the top with them punches. Like when he start going up with them punches and coming over the top and coming down, ooh. But Canelo got them crucial body shots and he got them crucial uppercuts and hooks. And he's a good jabber. He's a very good jabber. And you feel his punches too. So but it's just like if his defense can adjust, because he know his defense got to be on point against Canelo. Without a doubt. Bud's defense has to be on point against Canelo. You better take a page out of Mayweather's book when he fought him. That nigga Mayweather had that blue on. That nigga was smooth like water up in there. Like dang, this nigga Canelo can't hit this nigga at all. I don't even think he hit him like maybe twice. Like maybe 2 good flush punches, but that was it. The whole 12 rounds, it was a wash. Like he won pretty much every round. He did win every round. Canelo didn't win not one round against Mayweather. That was a shutout, bro. A sweep. So I'm not saying Bud is gonna sweep Canelo, because that was a young Canelo. This is a elite pro, a little past his prime Canelo, but Terrence is past his prime too. He's older than Canelo actually. So it's gonna be a very, very interesting fight. But there's no hate, no shade towards Canelo. A little shade to some of Canelo's fans, because some of them be goofy and they just don't even say nothing that's even logical. They're not even really, not even really smart. It's just like, what are y'all talking about? Are we talking about boxing, or are we just talking about I like him and he doesn't do this, or he hasn't fought this person? Like, come on, dog. They're going to fight. So, they're going to fight. So, Canelo fans are going to find out. Bud fans are going to find out. I'm a fan of Bud, his work. The fact that he's from Nebraska, he represents Nebraska when, he's the only professional team out there. He's his own team out there, Besides the Nebraska Huskers, the Cornhuskers. But come on now. But also, he a Libra, I'm a Libra, so I'm like, yeah, he under that mindset. He know how to lock in, activate, and balance things out, So I'm definitely rooting for Bud Crawford, but at the same time, if he was to lose, like, hey, he lost to Canelo. So either way, it's a legendary fight, a legendary matchup, and either way, they're both gonna go down as Hall of Famers and one of the all-time greats in boxing history. So we'll see, but I'm gonna favor Bud Crawford by unanimous decision.